Now from Senegal, Sagat, fashion. award-winning director Scott Servini.
Good morning, it's Scott Servine here. I have a confession to make. I used to be a film snob. I really was. I mean, as a director, I would be like, unless I have an 8K camera and a full crew, I am not shooting anything. Look at me now. Webcam, back window blown out. My cinematographer is probably laughing his butt off. Nice image, Scott. But you know what? It's kind of appropriate because today, I'm telling it like it is. So I've been a filmmaker for a very long time. I have over 20,000 hours in the craft. I do love it so much. You know when you're in love? I mean, you're in love. Head over heels in love. That's how I feel about the motion picture. The cinema experience. You know, great cinema can raise your vibration. It can transform my reality. I can walk into a theater feeling down and blue and unmotivated, and bang, if the right film is playing, if the director, he or she, had a mission in mind to elevate the viewer, it works like nothing else. And that's why I'm here after all these years, after all these hours. I knew what I wanted to do when I was 5 years old. I was in the school play, but I wasn't on stage. I was backstage looking out at the audience, and the light from the theater spilled across the faces of the audience, and they were lit up. I could see these people in the audience inspired, filled with spirit from within, and I said, bang, that's it. That's what I'm here to do. And that's taken many forms. As a younger man, I was a magician, and you'd be surprised how many similarities there are to the craft of magic and the craft of filmmaking. They're very similar. A lot of great directors started in magic, believe it or not. So here we are. What am I up to now? I'm still here. I'm after that indescribable thing that happens when great cinema rolls up on the screen. And for me, it's a miraculous collision of writing, shooting, directing, acting, editing, everything. All these elements come together like a symphony. And I know that sounds like an obvious analogy, but it's so true. It's so exciting. To date, it's one of the biggest thrills I've ever had. And here's something I've never told anybody. It's kind of a secret that I adore. One of the reasons I direct, one of the reasons I make films is because it helps me connect with people. And even though it seems like, well, it's kind of a canned medium, you create it and then put it out there, there is a connection that goes on. Like when a film works well and the audience reacts, sometimes I don't even have to be there. I'll hear after the fact that, hey, that film really moved me, or it really lit me up. That creates a connection between myself and the audience, and man, do I love that. Yet another thing I'm madly in love about this medium. I don't know why it fills me so deeply, but it does. So my pledge to you is that I'm going to keep doing it for all the right reasons. I mean, it feels so great to be after something, to be after inspiration. One of my all-time favorite themes is hope. I love it. The greatest cinema in my mind often deals with the theme of hope. And so that's another thing I'm after. How do I create a portrait of hope that maybe you haven't seen before, that will maybe inspire you in a different way? That's what I'm up to. That's why I'm here. I'm so glad you're here with me. And even though I can't see you, in a way I can feel you. All right, I'm really getting touchy-feely on this, but it's true. And I don't want to hold back because it's the kind of thing I've never shared with anybody, and it's very important to me, and I just love it. I am somehow, right now, in this moment, connecting with you as the viewers, and I'm honored by this connection. So thank you for letting me come into your living room, screening room, wherever you are. I'm thrilled and honored to be here. Let's show some great movies, and let's all get filled with inspiration, inspired from within. I'm Scott Servine. Couldn't be happier to be here.
My name is Scott Servine. I couldn't be more proud to be directing this film entitled Mom's Rising. The stories themselves have lit me up from the inside since the moment I saw this concept. I've been making films for a long time, and without fail, every time I make one, there is this moment in pre-production when you feel like it's just impossible. You know you love the story, but it feels like you don't have enough time, you don't have enough energy, you don't have enough resources. it just can't be done. And then something interesting happens. You walk onto the set. You look around at your fellow artists, people that have been honing their craft for years. And suddenly, it not only feels possible, you know in your heart you're going to find a way to tell this extraordinary story. You just know it.
Hey, my name is Anthony. I'm the first AD.
Hey, my name is Shane Brunton. I'm second AD.
Hi, I'm Liam, the first AC. On focus for my man Ryan over here.
My name is Mark Lopez. I'm the director for this project.
My name's John. I'm the second AC.
My name is Vincent Wong. I'm the unit production manager.
I'm Emily Reese. I am the production assistant.
Because everyone is working in concert towards this, and it creates a special synergy on the set. This immaculate vision, and I say immaculate because the mission of it is in the right place. They are stories of empowerment, stories of personal empowerment. You can't help but be excited about them. So am I thrilled about the potential of what this movie could be? Beyond words. I can't really describe what's coming. It's too extraordinary, but I can say I'm over the moon happy that we're making this film at this time. I can't wait for you to see it.
R&B singer Kai Notes.
What's good, everybody? What's good, Keychains? It's your boy Keynotes. And a little bit about me. I'm from H-Town. If you don't know what H-Town mean, I mean Houston, Texas, born and raised. I've been singing since probably before I could talk or walk. I actually started singing before I could talk, to be honest. And the first time I sung on stage was for my first grade graduation. And from that moment, even though I ended up getting a standing ovation, but the whole process of my first grade teacher hearing me singing at recess, choosing me to do my first solo on stage, low-key was my first gig. But from that moment, the standing ovation made it all connect for me. At 5 or 6, I had like no teeth in my mouth, snag a tooth. I probably had 2 teeth, y'all, but I knew from that moment that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Like as a career, it's a lifestyle, as everything. It's me. I don't see myself without music. It's like trying to picture myself without a brain. Like it's a part of me. So I'm thankful for another opportunity, and the couple of songs that I'm going to do today is one of my newest songs, Rather Have You, that was sponsored by Ember Skies with Skies and Stars and recorded at Dynamic Sound Studios. And the song came about literally just me, I write every day. So it was I was going through beats, shopping beats, and I heard the beat. Well, I told the producer, look, I want some organic sounds. I was like, I don't want no synthesized. I want everything to sound live. So look, he said, bet. No, what's the other? He said, say less. Literally that very next morning, I had a whole like list of beats that sounded live that touched my soul. So the first one, stay tuned for the EP, by the way, but the first one, of course, y'all will hear in a moment, is Rather Have You, and I'm excited about it. Ooh. Dear, gotta keep in mind you've been on my mind all night. 2 steps from the
ever clear. Hope you reappear, take me back in time. One step from my regular cognac and shots, make it on the ride. Cherry on the top. Ain't seen a damn thing from love. Have you cried enough? No. Have you tried enough? No. Have you done enough? No. Have you had enough? No. Is your pride enough? No. No. Off on that crown, baby, crown, baby. I need your touch. I can't deny, you mean so much. I'd rather have you in this glass of wine. I'd rather have you in this glass of wine. Baby got me sipping on this sky blue. I wish I was sipping, drinking on you. Candlelights and dinner, thought I had a win. I feel like I'm losing you tonight. Used to call me back without no delay. Reminiscing, kissing on you to say, oh, used to get drunk off your love. Have you cried enough? No. Have you tried enough? No. Have you done?
The wonderful Mandela.
I felt I've always had a duty to bring beauty with, the name is Ndileka Mandela. I always felt that I had the duty to bring beauty out of others and in all things that I do, to bring the beauty out of it. So I don't just do music, but I also do music to inspire and create the best in others. I am a bridge between the Nigerian and the American, Western and African diaspora world. I've always lived my life to be a bridge. Since I was a child, I never fully accepted just being an American. I was always connected to home since my parents always took us since we were children. And I had a dream, always wanted to go back home and live and truly embrace the culture of Africa and Nigeria, the culture of my Igbo traditional heritage and upbringing. I've always had that on my heart. I guess as a starseed, I must have came through the Igbos intentionally because I'm in love with the Igbo culture. Yes, there's some things about it that, you know what I'm saying, that can stay in the past, but for the most part, I believe in us to be very spiritual, godly people, and the way we do our things. A lot of people connect us to the Israelites. I am an entertainer, a hip-hop entertainer. I am a costume and wardrobe stylist and designer and creator. I am a very crafty person, so I also know how to make my own handbags out of jean and Ankara material. I also make belts, head wraps, and I'm working on a Big Rocker project, which is a mission for my youth, being a blessing, yes, to Africa always. After a trip to Nigeria, when I was just got done with burying both of my parents, and my whole family, a lot of us were there, so that was really a really good experience. My daughter got to come for the first time, and we went to Oguta Lake. When everybody left, me and my team went to Oguta Lake while I was on my time in Ori, and I really went for a spiritual journey and went to the lake for my cleansing and my prayers, and then I met some people at the beach, and after that, I decided that I want to shoot my song that I had just recorded, Free Your Chi, in the lake. And I think it made sense because the song is about my spirituality, tapping into my spirituality, raising high frequencies, and taking the responsibility to free your chi. And we're not going to force no vibes. Don't force the vibes. When I say don't force the vibes, I mean sometimes we try so hard, like, to be something that we're not, or we try so hard to keep up with the masses. And like I say in my song, no, not keeping up with the masses. I'm not forcing the vibe. I'm freeing your chi along with my own. on this healing journey. Spiritual, Madaraka, infectious, real vibe. I'm so lucky and blessed, the streets, they know me. Broken payments with stress, I'm grateful, Lordy. Manifested distress when no focus got drawn in. Now I'm on in this mess, it's my message I couldn't see. Don't they shine my eye, been changing the industry. I'm influencing things, I create them in no G. So much talent and beauty, that's within, it's my G. Ndileka Mandela is the name of MC. Can't be forced in the vibes, I'm free in my own G. Got a right to be you, so allow me to be me. I create for my truth and I'm seeking the mystery. No desire to follow the masses of misery. I'ma stay in my lane, I'm revolutionizing. Listen to hip-hop is lame, only thing I hear is beat. I'm still chasing the fame, I'm attracting this energy. Rock playing no games, then I'm always expanding. Don't force the vibes. Free your chi, free your chi, free your chi. Gotta fight for your rights. Free your chi, free your chi, free your chi. Emancipate your mind. Free your chi, free your chi. Free me, y'all. I'm letting go of my past, no regrets, I'm growing. No more holding me back, I'm ascending infinity. Cause this life is all about the experience, you're feeling me. If you're not, then you're not in my frequency. I'm creating my heaven on earth, inspiring. In a plane of awareness, since birth, a star seed. Infinitely creating abundance for all beings. So to hate me is to hate yourself, I'm godly. Never funky, I believe in myself, divine being. First lady, I do this for your help, inspiring. Making changes is abundance and wealth, it's currency. I'm hypnotic as my rhythm and flow is 7G. Blasting off magnetism and growth, self-mastery is the wisdom when you're initially growing, no easy. Free your fast life, I take it slow. I am the peace, only desire when it's true to my soul. The spoken beat, don't force the vibes. Free your chi, free your chi, free your chi. Gotta fight for your rights. Free your chi, free your chi, free your chi. Emancipate your mind. Free your chi, free your chi. Free me, y'all. Mr. Key. I do this for inspiration. Yeah. The untold story. You really gotta look at the bigger picture. Always check yourself. Madaraka Chi. Free your
Award-winning director Andre Ferguson.
Hello, my name is Andre Ferguson, and I'm honored today to present to you the documentary 33 Black Frog and an American Story. This documentary is about the life story of my father, Chief Petty Officer Eddie L. Ferguson, who served in the military in one of the most elite units on earth, which would be the Navy UDT SEALs.
The UDT has a primary mission, and that primary mission is learned and earned through training.
Eddie's journey through life was one of courage and resilience. He grew up in a divisive time where black men didn't have a lot of opportunities, yet he refused to let that define himself. Documenting my father's life story was a very difficult task for myself. Because of his time with UDT SEALs, there was a feeling of secrecy, fraternity.
Hell Week was almost like you don't have conversations about Hell Week.
Right.
You know, it's like a sorority or initiation that, you know, that happens, and No one's supposed to know it's coming.
My father grew up in the Jim Crow era where he had to rely on community to keep him safe.
From things I've heard from the elders, they didn't think it was safe for us to go outside of the neighborhood.
To me, my father's story reminds us that the fight for equality is not over yet.
I don't remember being a happy camper in my neighborhood, but everything was seemingly okay.
In developing this film, I spent countless hours putting together films and photos of his childhood all the way up to his achievement as a frogman, and in hoping that his achievements in this film could inspire future generations. Today, Navy SEALs stand as living legends, the embodiment of strength, courage, and unwavering determination. Their stories of valor have been woven into modern folklore, participating in missions ranging from counterterrorism to humanitarian assistance.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
These modern-day warriors face challenges that push the limits of human endurance, enduring relentless training, clandestine missions, and a brotherhood like no other. Against this modern backdrop, we return to the story of Eddie Ferguson, whose journey began in the segregated South of Fort Myers, Florida, nearly a lifetime ago. Little did he know that the Navy SEALs of today would be a reflection of his own unwavering determination, passion, and adaptability. In the midst of the Second World War, it had become painfully obvious that old warfare tactics needed to be updated. It would take more than just battleships to control the seas. Out of the need for a new type of warrior, the Navy Frogmen were born. Navy Frogmen is a term that was used to describe their predecessors to the modern-day Navy SEALs. During World War II, the Navy formed several specialized units, including the Naval Combat Demolition Units and the Underwater Demolition Teams, also known as UDTs, to conduct hydrographic reconnaissance and demolition operations. However, a house divided cannot stand. The U.S. military was desegregated by President Harry S. Truman in 1948 by Executive Order 9981.
There is no justifiable reason for discrimination because of ancestry, or religion, or race, or color.
But the country was still a long way from walking together in unity. A fractured fighting force could never effectively defend the nation.
One thing that's important to remember is that throughout World War II, the military was racially segregated. And that segregation really made no sense. It meant that the military had to do everything in duplicate. They had to have separate barracks, separate latrines, separate dining facilities. And it's someone's job to make sure all of those things remain separate, both in the United States, but then also once troops deployed. They went so far as to even segregate blood from blood donors in the Red Cross, even though there's no scientific basis to do that. It was a point of real frustration for Black Americans during World War II because they felt like their patriotism wasn't being respected. They were literally being treated as second-class citizens, even while they were fighting, in some cases dying for their country. At the end of the war in 1945, the integration of the military is a huge deal. This is one of the things that civil rights activists have been fighting for since the late 1930s, and it remains a real hot-button issue at the end of the war. In 45, 46, 47, those protests continue and they become enhanced. Finally, in 1948, President Truman signs Executive Order 9981, which officially desegregates the military. President Truman signs that executive order because he recognizes that Black voters are going to play an even more important role in terms of the future of the Democratic Party. So it's really a political calculus on President Truman's part.
Stateside, the early 60s were marked by an earth-shattering shift in the social fabric of the country. Civil rights challenges and social unrest threatened to tear the country apart. Racial segregation was deeply entrenched, and it was legal to keep Black people out of public schools, public transportation, restaurants, and other public facilities. Black people faced significant obstacles to voting, and many municipalities would go to great lengths to disenfranchise them. Police brutality was rampant, and the offending officers were rarely held accountable. Black Americans faced institutionalized housing discrimination and were unable to access mortgages and homes in various neighborhoods. Opportunities for people of color in the United States were extremely limited.
The reason Black Americans were overrepresented in the military is that the military presented a lot better economic opportunities than they could find in a lot of the civilian world. And even the specific kinds of work that Black troops signed up for was often determined by the rates of pay. So there were a number of instances where people said they signed up for special forces or signed up for being paratroopers because they would earn an extra $20 or $25 a month. It was the kind of economic determinants that you just didn't see for white troops in the same time period. So for someone like Eddie Ferguson, the fact that he was a frogman and really broke down barriers there was really important for the larger culture, that people could point to him and be able to say, this is someone who did it. He was one of the first people to blaze that trail. It was important in the larger Black military history.
And that's exactly what Eddie Ferguson did. Eddie's early years were marked by the racial divisions of his time.
I was born in 1944 in Jacksonville, Florida. White folks section was segregated from the blacks by a railroad track. So it was just racially divided. And that was the plan, you know, that we should be kept separate. We couldn't live on the other side of a railroad track. We had to live in an area provided for Black folks. As long as we stayed on the other side of the track, we were okay. There were people doing bad. Why wouldn't you be okay if you crossed the other side? Well, if we went on the other side, there were white people over there that might do bad things to Black people. So it was kind of like, in those days, there were things happening on a racial scale that we were just not permitted or not told not to go on the other side. And so I never intermingled or even talked to white people growing up. They weren't painting white people as bad people, but they were, you know. I had vision of being hung as a child or castrated or all that other stuff that was going on outside in Florida. All this stuff was going on in Florida. Florida was one of the most corrupt states in the South. Our schools were segregated as well. The only contact we had with white schools is that we would get their books, hand-me-down books in our schools.
If you know anything about segregation at that time, you know, the old saying was, you know, don't be caught on the other side of the tracks after, you know, sundown. Things of that nature. Know your place when you go downtown and do that and hold your head down and move around and, you know, things of that nature. You had to be cautious of where you went and how you when you went.
If you went somewhere, they had white only, then they had a place for, they call colored. Some places you couldn't even go in, you had to go to the back.
Now we'll bring you violinist Lady Z.
Hi, my name is Lady Z. I am a jazz fusion violinist from the United States. And a little bit about me, I started playing violin when I was 9 years old. And I started playing violin because my play cousin Michelle was playing violin and I wanted to be like her. And so when my dad, when I told my dad that I wanted to play violin, he said that I couldn't stop playing till I say so. Because he said, if I spend one penny on it, you can't quit. So that was his way of motivating me. And several electric violins later, I think I probably had about 6 instruments since I was 9 till now. I'm still playing violin. My name is Lady Z, and the reason why I play violin now, not only because I enjoy it, is because I like to just give people something to be inspired by, to praise and worship God by. I'm a believer in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I wanted to just share my gift in sacred and secular spaces. I've written a song, it's called Elevate. And then I've also written another song called The Other Side of Love. And before I play those songs, I also wanted to share another thing. I had the opportunity to play at Taste of Soul 2 years in a row. It's the largest free music festival, street festival in Los Angeles. And I played on the Brenda Marsh Mitchell stage in 2023 and 2024. I played for the city of Long Beach and tons of dignitaries all across the country, weddings, proposals, just different things. My degree in music, I played in the MIT Symphony Orchestra and also the Chamber Music Society. And I just love playing violin. So without further ado, I want to play a little bit of the first song that I wrote. It's called Elevate.
tribute to Tito Jackson.
I'm very excited because once again I've been invited to a Northwest London studio to see IE. Now I must watch my step and I must watch the tone of my voice because through that door, in there they're recording and she's with one of the biggest stars entertainment and music has ever had. IE is in the studio recording with Tito Jackson. He needs no introduction whatsoever. If you haven't heard of him, you haven't lived, pretty much. This is the studio where they're in, and through here, come with me. If you look, Tito Jackson is in there right now recording. If you look through there. Is she able to come back and be herself? This is all so very exciting. We've had to come out of the studio because Tito Jackson is now recording his part of the video. So he's finished the voice bit. He's literally learnt the song. I'm so impressed, like really quickly, because this all happened in apparently 3 days. And now he's in there and he's recording his part of the video. It's so exciting to see this come together. When people say dreams do come true, I mean, all three of us, admittedly in different ways, all three of us can probably identify with that. Like personally, I would have never imagined that in my lifetime I'd be sitting in a room with you, Tito Jackson, and IE Jiwoo, you're China's first lady of R&B. But I'd like to just come to you first, Tito. I've just been talking about dreams, you know, before the fame, before Jackson 5, before we even heard about the Jacksons, you know, what was it like for you as a little boy, you know, growing up? What was the dream for you?
Well, actually, in my family, we've always had music. My mother and dad always bought the latest records on the radio, and we would play them and be little kids dancing and singing and running around and that whole thing until we decided to start singing, and our dream was to become professional singers.
So what was, you know, before we even started, did you ever think, I'd love to be like this person, or I'd love to be like...
Well, we started so young, so you know, you're a little boy, you want to be like a little policeman or fireman, yeah. Or I wanted to be in the army and that kind of craziness, you know, I'm going back to 5 and 6 years old. Yeah. But other than that, it was always music in my family.
And are you, you know, considering we've been making this documentary a while now, like every time I see you, I feel like you're improving, you know, you're just progressing so much.
Thank you, darling.
1 minute you're making...
Nice to hear that. You know, when I met him, the first thing I said is, really, you don't understand how much it means for me to meet the Jackson, anyone from the Jacksons. I mean, part of the reason. Remember our last interview?
I know this. I really
spent all my time talking about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
And then this interview, look, we're sitting with
I know,
Tito
it's just
Jackson.
crazy.
It's amazing.
But one good thing about you as an artist is, you know, I mean, I was going to say, you know, 1 minute you're doing music with the Move Makers, the next minute you're doing music in Brazil with Edu Casanova, and now it's, you know, Tito Jackson. You know, what is it about you as an artist, do you think, that allows you to collaborate with different artists from various genres and still be, you know, out there?
First of all, I think my timing is right. Timing is everything for an artist. And right now, because of how China is developing, actually for the past few years, and also I've been working on this for the past, building this for past 5-6 years, me as an artist, but not only as an artist, as a crossover, someone who can bridge the gap between the East and the West, because I feel like my, what I feel about my advantages or my strength is that I can adapt to things. I'm open to understand different cultures and customs and people's language. That's why when I came to England, it really has opened my eyes. And I also feel like just because you don't understand certain things, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just because you have different views on things. So being in England has made me open to lots of cultures. And when I meet different people from different worlds, I don't feel like I'm different to them in ways. Even though I'm Chinese, I'm different maybe or whatever. But when they talk to me, when they speak to me, I don't feel that barrier because I'm open to this. I don't want to point the fingers at anyone because I've had people pointing fingers at me, so I know how that feels. Every time I meet someone from a different place, I always try to understand where they come from and why they do the things they do.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I think that's one thing that's so great about music, because it's such an international language, well, universal language, shall I say, and we've had lots of chats in the past about how the Jacksons have been such a huge influence in your life. Before you even started speaking English, you were listening, to the Jacksons, and I just want to ask you, Tito, like, you're on this track with IE, who's Chinese, you're from Gary, Indiana, Edu Casanova's Brazilian, he's on it, you've got a producer who's German, you've got your record label that, it's right, why was that so important for you as an artist to get involved in something like this?
Well, I think it's very important to spread that around the world. It's a beautiful song, a lot of energy, and you're sounding beautiful. Dancing.
Yeah, I've just been seeing you both grooving and dancing and all the takes and everything.
Yeah, and like we said, music is international language, so to mix all those elements, you got Chinese, you got Brazilian, you got American coming together with a German.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and before we talk about this song in particular, before we go into the music, can you just explain to me in words, if that is possible, what it feels like for you to be, on a track with your idol, to meet him, and then also to be singing with him, to be filming a music video with him. Can you just put that into words?
Keep thinking, it keeps popping into my head. I'm like, yeah, real, unless I see him, Yeah, real, unless I see you. But like, really, I was getting more and more excited towards today, because I knew I'm not gonna meet Michael Jackson this lifetime now. So it's a big, huge deal, because when I tell my friends in China, because they will go crazy, because they all know how much Michael Jackson means to me, so they're gonna be like, oh my god, seriously, IE, well done. Yeah.
And talking about the song itself, I don't know if I'm saying it right. How do you actually say the name of the song, of the track? Bolivez.
Yeah.
It's not Bolivez, like one word.
Yeah.
Okay. So
no, 2 words actually.
It's 2 words. Bolivez, because it's Brazilian, and I don't speak any
Portuguese. I don't speak it either, really.
What's the message in this song? What does it actually mean? I can tell it's a party song. It's quite vibey. It's quite, you hear it and you want to dance to it, because we've all been doing that, behind the camera. But what does it actually mean? What's the message of this song?
It's mainly talking about all the things you've done in your past, all the tribulations you had, put them all behind you and live for today and the future.
Yeah.
And just have fun, party and dance, and just enjoy life.
Yeah.
Enjoy life.
Is that something that you'd say both of you would have applied into your lives? Yeah?
We all need that.
Yeah, definitely.
We all need that.
It's good to work hard, but live for today, enjoy the moment, and all of that, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so you've already worked with Edu Casanova. You went to Brazil recently. You're going back at the end of February, and you're doing this
beginning of February.
Oh, is it beginning? Yeah. Sorry, I had in my head there was the 27th of February. But
it's moved forward now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're doing the Light the World tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the carnival.
Yes, and you're going to be finishing the video to this song as well. So
Definitely.
2014 is going to be a massive year for you, right?
It's just good to see work come to fruition, and you keep taking that step forward. For us, the most important thing is just keep on moving, moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, you certainly are. You couldn't possibly be moving.
It's not always about going fast, running. It's just about taking one step at a time, doing the right thing. Yes.
I'm so pleased for you.
Thank you, darling.
And Tito, you famously took some time out of your career to look after your 3 boys, who are now men, of course, 3T. But now you're going back into music, and you're making your own solo, developing your own solo career. Do you think that your music has changed now that you've kind of had time away from that?
I think it's more of me than the Jacksons or the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
It's Tito Jackson.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to present.
Yeah.
Just let the world see my elements of music,
Yeah.
what I'm about musically.
Yeah. And how would you describe your kind of music as opposed to, or compared to, shall we say, what you've put out in the past?
But I think course, you know, you ask me, I would say my music is
amazing.
I didn't want to say anything like that. But, no, I enjoy it very much, and I think the public will really like what I'm doing
Of
today.
course, yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes.
I've heard one of your songs. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's we made it.
Yes,
I've
we
been
made it.
grooving to that.
Yeah.
I put that like really loud on my. Are you gonna play it? Yeah. I'm so excited. Yeah. I really love that.
Thank you.
But when you were making your, I believe it was early 2009 when you started making an album again. I mean, the world will never forget what happened, you know, in June 25, 2009.
Right.
And not to take you back to that, because I'm sure you deal with it every day. May his soul rest in peace. But I just want to ask, you know, did the events that happened in that year change the direction of your music at all?
Well, it actually slowed my process down.
Right.
Because it took me a few years to get back musically in the groove, because I was mourning every day, and it was just hard to concentrate on something. And I still have difficult times with it, you know, hearing. I can't, it's like, if I was, I hate to use the word, but if it was a normal situation, you know, someone passes on, you never forget them. But everywhere I turn, you know, everyone knows my brother. I'm sorry about your brother. I hear it every day, or you hear the music on the radio, or you hear something or read something in the paper. You can't get away from it.
Of course. Yeah.
So it's with you all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a bittersweet. Yeah, it's a bittersweet.
We are celebrating his music,
Yes,
and we're
yes.
celebrating the Jackson 5. We're celebrating everything about the Jackson family, because you are undeniably, you know, the name. Well, yeah, I mean that. We're all very grateful to
Thank you so
even,
much.
you know, like have listened to, you know, growing up listening to your music.
Thank
I'm
you.
short for words. I've been trying to get it all out. So I'm very excited to see the video of this song.
Me too.
I'm very excited
Yes.
to see what comes out of it when you go to Brazil and, you know, put it all together.
Yes.
Everyone backstage so excited. We've had a chat with Vi. She's rolling her eyes in the background. We're all very excited to see it. So wishing you both all the very best for 2014.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to hearing your album, of course.
Thank you.
And I you too.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
talking
much.
to you again soon. Thank you.
I want to work with her again.
Yeah.
We got that on camera, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's proof. That's proof. No going back. Did you get your first guitar when you were 8 or something? You were really young
Yeah,
when
7.
you first
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
And you were
It was
playing, you
an
were learning.
accident.
Wow.
I used to take my father's guitar out the closet, and when he would go to work, I would play, you know, until I broke this string right here.
He wasn't happy. I imagine.
I didn't know anything about changing guitar strings or tuning the guitar, and he found out I had been playing it, and of course he chastised me.
To say the least, I
That's
imagine.
And he asked me, after that, he asked me to play something for him, and I'm crying and trying to play, you know, but he bought me my own guitar.
I watched that in the movie just the other day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's on YouTube. It was not, yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, I'm recording this now. At the time, I didn't even know I was going to collaborate with you. So after watching that, I was like, huh? Are you serious? What? Yeah.
Most kids steal a car and you steal a guitar.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure, you know, everyone's very proud that you did steal the guitar. Because otherwise we'd have never known of the Jackson 5. Because it all started with you, didn't it? And,
Well,
and
I hate taking that credit.
But you know, it is what it is.
I contribute. You know, just leave it there, you know.
Definitely.
Very exciting. Great. But I'm sure you're very tired now, so thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your
Thank
time.
you,
I really
darling.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
Oh, careful. Oh gosh, you're wearing those shoes, that's why.